What's up guys, Chasing Lame here, and we are back playing, say back, we are here for the first time playing Motorsport Manager on the channel. As you can see, we are playing with the F1 2019 mod, and we are playing as the mighty Williams F1 team. The reason we've chosen to play as Williams, or the reason I've chosen to play as Williams, I should say, is I've been a fan of Williams for a long time. I grew up as a kid watching Senna, watching Mansell, watching Hill, Villeneuve, Prost, all the greats come through. Even Jenson Button came through Williams back in the day, although that ended badly. But they've been on kind of a downer over the last couple of years. Or I say couple of years. It's been 15 years since the last World Championship, I believe. And it's been 7 since the last race win. And things have been, not great. I got into things a bit early. I have played with one or two things, just for I was setting up reasons. But let's do a quick tour of the team so we can see where we're at. First of all, let's look at what we set ourselves up as. We're a ex-driver, an ex-driver. There we go. That's what we do. Car-wise, the second worst power unit, the second worst acceleration, and we're just dead last and everything else. But we should be able to do things. We've got a Mercedes engine, we've got the Petronas fuel, we've got Pirelli brakes, and that Merc battery. So we should be okay from that standpoint in terms of having the ability to develop things. If we look at the improvements, that I will go through these off screen, but things are generally, improvable. Like that engine can be brought up to a fairly decent standard. We can possibly get those gearbox up to a fairly decent standard. Everything else we'll probably have to fabricate new parts, but that's no huge issue. In terms of the facilities we have here, a level 3 design center, level 3 factory. We've got a helipad, we've got a wind tunnel, telemetry center, we've got a simulator there you can see, tour center, handling, brakes and R&D, scouting and staff center. Everything is at it's at quality levels. There's only a couple of new buildings we can add, which is the test track and the road car factory, which we'll consider when we have some money. And there's a few bits we can upgrade, but we won't do that just yet. The other reason as well, I should say actually, that I chose Williams is I literally grew up around the corner. So I grew up in Grove, where to put things on a visual level, since I have a map, if that's the entrance to the site, which it doesn't look a lot unlike the entrance to the site, my house as a kid would have been about there. So, yeah, I also used to work there for a little while in the hospitality section, and it was interesting. Anyway, this is the team we have. We've obviously got me as the team principal. We've got George Russell and Robert Kubica as our drivers, with Ollie Rowland as the test driver. I'm not sure about whether we're going to keep Kubica long term. I think I would like to look at some other drivers. There are people I'm looking at, which I will go through in just a moment. We've also got Paddy Lowe designing, and we've got Baldessari and Williams as the race mechanics. So I said I was looking at scouting some new drivers. I am. I'm mostly looking at IndyCar and Formula E drivers, just because I know them a little bit, and because I don't want to go too big in the other Formula One teams just yet. So I'm looking at Robert Wickens and James Hinchcliffe. Two favourites of mine from Indy. Matthias Leist, he just popped up and I thought I'd have a look. Same with Santino Ferrucci. Tony Kanaan is a bit of an old elder statesman in IndyCar, but he's always been a good driver. Zachary Clayman de Mello is someone who people have talked about as having a lot of potential. Sebastian Bourdais, who I believe just won the Indy 500. He's also in the list because he's someone I'd like to really take a long look at. Jamie Chadwick from Formula W is there. Philippe Nasr we know. Pascal Wehrlein and Stoffel van Dorn we know. Norman Nato, I don't know where he came from. Jose Maria Lopez and the Schumacher boys are also just being audited, just so I've got an idea of what is out there before we commit to anything too big. Looking at the pit crew, it's Williams. What do you expect? Top quality pit crew all around. We've also got, we haven't started scouting at new staff yet because there's not really a lot we can do here. And if you have a look, okay, we could bring in Adrian Newey. We could bring in Adrian Newey or Pat Fry. They're both possibilities, but they're not. You're not massively better than Paddy Lowe in terms of mechanics. You know, there's a few options there. Nothing to sort of start throwing money at just yet. And financially speaking, we have 139 million. I just dropped 200,000 on something, and I forget what it was. I'm sure it was important. Scouting. That's what pit crew. I also got some pits in, some extra pit crew in just to even things out. And I've brought in Panasonic as a sponsor for 26 races, so they've got wherever that logo went. It doesn't appear to have appeared on the car, but they are. There we go. It's on the back wing. There we go. Yeah, they're gonna be sponsoring us, along with the regular race sponsors of Rexona, Rocket, Orlan, and yeah, that's kind of the intro deal, I think, guys. Should have a quick look through the mail just so we can kind of see where we're starting off from. So, this season, I used to be a fan of yours when you were racing. Good for you. They look like they're, happy. Robert Kubica, apparently, who is older than me, used to watch me on TV when he was little. Okay. Right, Paddy Lowe wants us to know everything is great. George Russell, one of the best drivers in Formula One. His potential is good, and given the chance to become one of the better drivers in Formula One, has an aptitude for overtaking, but issues with adaptability. He's likely to finish 18th, and Robert Kubica is a decent driver with a decent amount of potential, which should help us see some improvement in his skills. His strength is feedback, but he struggles with fitness. Well, that's to be expected. And then Ollie Rowland could become one of the better drivers in the championship, but we'll have to take a long, hard look there. Our targets, it's controversial. I'm going to say our target is 10th because I don't want any pressure. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, but I don't want any huge pressure. I understand how ERS works. I'm assuming you understand how ERS works. Same with 3-stage qualifying. I'm pretty down with that, and I understand how pit crew works. So that's kind of the intro to the team. Our first race is in 16 days at Sydney, or for you, it's going to be the next episode. I'm going to do all the little bits of admin that need to be done before the race, and we're just going to go straight in because I'm very aware that I'm going to have to make some new parts, and I'm probably going to have to worry about the front wing first. Anyway, so we will be back for the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this little intro. It was only a very quick intro, just to show you what's going on, really. In the next episode, we're going to Sydney, or Melbourne, or we're going to Australia. It says Sydney, but we know it's Melbourne because that's the way stuff works. Anyway, until next time, guys, I've been Chasing Lamely, and I will see you all very soon. Have yourself a good one.